For as long as humanity has walked this earth, there have been stories of something else walking beside us. Not man, not animal, something in between. A towering figure in the shadows of the forest. 8 feet tall, covered in hair, leaving footprints the size of dinner plates. In North America, they call it Bigfoot. But travel across the oceans, and the name changes. In the frozen Himalayas, they whisper about the Yeti. Across the forests of China, hunters speak of the Yuren. In the remote mountains of Russia, villagers warn of the Almas. And in the deep wilderness of Australia, there are stories of the terrifying Yowie. Different lands, different languages, yet the description is always the same. A giant, walking upright, watching from the trees. Tonight, the question is not whether Bigfoot exists. No, the question is far stranger. Why does the entire world seem to know about it? Tonight, the Secret Book of Ants has chosen another mystery.
Warning. Viewer, listener discretion is advised. The majority of the content of this program is not fact-checked, and it is highly advised that it not be used for teaching your children from said content, other than making an example of the hosts of what they should not grow up to be. Remember this, it's the beer talking.
The truth about beer and more we share. It's all the things we find so rare. We dive so deep with every sip and let our minds just take a trip. The end is what we chase each day. All the stuff we love to say. What's your end? Tell us true. All the things that drive you through. Grab a beer and let it flow. That's the way the good times go.
Did that book just write its own episode again?
I'm telling you, man, we gotta stop leaving it alone after midnight.
Or at least tell Bruno to stop dusting it.
Well, welcome to the truth about beer and...
Where the beer breaks the ice.
And the end breaks your brain.
Man, tonight's episode apparently wasn't suggested by a viewer.
Nope, this one apparently came straight out of the book.
So what do we got?
Bigfoot. A global mystery.
Oh, now we're talking.
Wow, not only is that a fascinating but we have an equally fascinating beer for tonight. An excellent choice for an evening of mystery. Tonight, gentlemen, you're enjoying Juice Monster from Abomination Brewing Company. A New England-style hazy IPA coming in at a deceptively smooth 6.8% ABV. This particular brew is what enthusiasts affectionately refer to as a juice bomb, bursting with flavors of ripe mango, pineapple, and bright citrus zest, layered over a soft, creamy mouthfeel with remarkably low bitterness. Its character is driven by a blend of Nelson, Sauvin, and Citra hops, delivering a tropical profile that's both bold and dangerously easy to drink. Visually, you'll notice a cloudy golden orange hue, topped with a thick, inviting head, almost as if the glass itself is hiding something just beneath the surface, which, if you think about it, is rather fitting for tonight's discussion. Because like the creature you're chasing, this one appears soft, approachable, almost friendly, but has just enough strength to sneak up on you when you least expect it. Enjoy it while you can, gentlemen. Some things are best experienced before they disappear into the unknown, much like the creature you're about to discuss.
Juice monster, raise it high. Woo! Bigfoot party underneath the sky. Hazy IPA gonna blow your mind. Sasquatch dance until the morning light. Juice monster, loud and strong. Crank the music, everybody sing along. From the mountains to the midnight pipes, Bigfoot's drinking juice monster tonight.
Very carefully, the woods are watching.
Well, this looks delicious.
It does. Wow.
You try it.
Let's do it. Cheers.
I like that.
Yeah. Good choice, Bruella.
Yeah, good choice. Very tasty.
All right, let's start with the American version, Bigfoot. I mean, it's also known as Sasquatch.
Which actually comes from a Native American word, Sasquatch, meaning wild man of the forest.
The native tribes have stories about it going back hundreds, if not thousands, of years. Some tribes actually warn people not to go into certain forests at night because that's where the hairy man lived.
Yeah, which makes the famous 1967 Patterson-Gimlin film even more interesting.
Hey, Bruella, why don't you remind us again how that footage even came to be?
It was October 20th, 1967, Northern California, Bluff Creek. Two cowboys, Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin, were riding through a remote stretch of forest when their horses suddenly became restless. Moments later, they saw it. A massive figure walking along the sandbar beside the creek, 7, perhaps 8 feet tall, covered in dark hair. Patterson quickly grabbed his camera. What he filmed would become the most famous cryptid footage in history. A creature walking upright, swinging arms, heavy muscle movement beneath its fur. And just before disappearing into the trees, the figure turns, looks directly at the camera. More than half a century later, experts still debate what that film shows. A man in a suit or something science has yet to explain.
And 50 years later, experts still argue whether it was a man in the suit or something real.
We've just discussed the most famous encounter, but it is only one account. If you truly wish to understand this mystery, you must look beyond stories told over drinks and into records that were never meant to be widely seen. There exists a place, hidden, secured, deep within the forest, a research outpost of sorts, a facility that houses documented testimonies, recorded interviews, and accounts collected from across the globe. Hunters, lawmen, families, witnesses who came forward, and those who never meant to. You've been granted access. But understand this, some of what you will hear was never meant for public ears. Shall I send you?
Wait, are you serious?
Hold on. There's actually a place with all this stuff?
There is. And it is waiting.
That's as far as you fellas go. I'm supposed to give you this. You are to leave immediately.
All right. Either this is the coolest thing we've ever seen, or the worst idea we've ever had.
Let's find out.
Wow, that was close.
I thought we were going to get arrested.
I didn't think we were going to get anything.
I know.
But here we go.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see what we get. Already don't like the name.
This account was recorded from miners who claim they were not alone in the mountains.
This video contains classified information for authorized personnel only.
We thought it was just one of them at first. The one we saw earlier that day. Big, covered in hair. Moving through the trees. But that night, there wasn't just one. It started with one rock, then another, then it sounded like the whole mountain was coming down on us. We grabbed our rifles, but we didn't dare go outside. You could hear them walking around the cabin, heavy, slow, deliberate, like they knew we were in there. We didn't sleep. Not a minute.
Nope. Rocks hitting a cabin all night? Nope.
Yeah, that's that's not curiosity anymore. That's a siege.
That's for sure.
You brought beer?
I did.
Oh.
Brought us some beer. Oh, man. You might recognize it.
Ah.
Yeah. Gotta have beer when we're camping, right?
Yeah. Except we're drinking it in the bar. It's in a glass. And
Yeah.
don't get to enjoy the can as much, so it's kind of cool.
Like the can art. Open the can real quick. Good stuff. Wow. A nice fire going.
Yeah. Beautiful night out too.
The moon's out nice and bright, too.
Well,
Cheers.
cheers.
This will.
Hands
are in the way.
All right.
Oh, man.
This one goes way back.
Oh, how far back?
Well, documented by Theodore Roosevelt.
Okay. Now I'm listening.
My grandfather used to tell this story, said it was passed down from a trapper named Baumann. He and his partner knew something was watching them. Said the forest felt wrong. They'd leave camp, come back, and everything would be torn apart. No food taken, just destruction. Then one night, the screaming started. Not like any animal. He said it sounded almost human. Next day, as Baumann came back to camp, and his partner was dead, neck broken, tracks all around the camp. Big ones, too big to be a man.
Well, that's not just creepy. That's violent.
Yeah, I mean, whatever that was, that just wasn't passing through.
Obviously not, no.
All right, audio evidence.
This is where it gets real.
I mean, it says the recordings have been analyzed, but yet they still remain unexplained.
We'd been hunting that area for years. We knew every sound in those woods, every animal. That wasn't one of them. First time we heard it, we just froze. It was loud, deep, and it carried, like it was meant to be heard. We started recording it the next night. And the night after that, whatever it was, it knew we were there. Sometimes it sounded like it was talking.
That does not sound like an animal.
No, that sounds like something trying to communicate. So next file looks like Florida.
Of course, Florida's involved.
I don't know what it is. I just know it keeps coming back. It comes at night, takes apples from the trees. At first I thought it was a bear, but then I saw it, standing upright, looking straight at me. I took pictures. I'm sending them to you because I don't want this thing around my house anymore.
Okay, that picture is either incredible or someone's very committed prank.
Yeah, but the part that gets me is it kept coming back.
Yeah, strange.
Oh, so now we go international. Russia.
Different country, same story. Right?
My father saw them. His father saw them too. We call them almas. They live in the high mountains. They are not animals, but they are not like us either. They are strong, quiet. They do not like people. You only see them if they let you.
You know, that's the weird part. Generations seeing the same thing.
Yeah, it's not even just a one-off sighting. Oh, Ohio. 1978.
My dog started going crazy. Wouldn't stop barking. So I grabbed the flashlight, went outside, and that's when I saw it. Standing near the trees. Big, taller than any man I've ever seen, eyes reflecting the light. I yelled at it. It didn't move. So I fired. And that's when it turned and ran. Whatever that thing was, it wasn't scared of me.
So, you fire a rifle at something, and it's not scared?
Yeah, that's when you realize you're not the top of the food chain.
Definitely not.
Oh. This one hits a little different. Children involved.
We heard him yelling, our scoutmaster. So we ran toward him. He was just standing there, pointing into the trees. Wouldn't move, wouldn't talk. Finally, he said, "There's something out there." We didn't see it, but we felt it, like something was watching us. We packed up camp the next morning, left early. Nobody argued.
That's the kind of story that sticks with you.
Yeah, because no one actually saw it.
Yeah.
But everyone felt it.
That they did.
Alaska. A whole town.
Wait, a whole town?
My grandmother used to talk about that place. Said people didn't just leave for no reason. Something was out there, in the trees. They called it the hairy man. Hunters would go out and not come back. Tracks would show up near the village, big ones. After a while, people just decided it wasn't worth staying. They packed up and left.
People don't abandon towns for no reason.
Yeah, that's fear on a different level, for sure.
Yeah, that it is.
Well, this one's important. This is where the name came from.
We saw the tracks first thing in the morning. Huge. I mean, bigger than anything we'd ever seen. Looked human, but way too big. We started joking about it at first. Then we realized whatever made those was walking around our job site at night. That's when the joking stopped.
Well, that's wild. Bigfoot literally came from footprints.
It's nuts, but this one's really strange.
They said she came from the mountains, wild, didn't speak, didn't act like us. But she wasn't an animal either. Strong, very strong. Some believed she was one of the Almas. Others said she was just lost. Even now, people still argue about who she really was.
Well, that blurs the line.
Yeah. Human, but not quite.
Yeah.
Oh. China.
I saw it from the ridge, standing in the trees, tall, covered in reddish hair. It moved like a man, but it wasn't a man. When it turned toward me, I ran. Didn't stop until I reached the village.
Well, different continent, same description.
That's the pattern.
Seems to be.
Oh, you're going to like this one.
Ooh.
Law enforcement.
Oh, I like that.
I thought it was a person at first. Standing in the road, then I realized it was too big. Way too big. I stepped out of the vehicle. That's when it turned and walked into the trees. Not ran, walked. Like it wasn't in any hurry.
Now that's a guy trained to observe.
Yeah, not someone that's going to jump to conclusion.
Yeah.
Now here's somebody that I bet has seen more than just one instance. This is from a forest ranger.
Oh yeah, those guys have seen it all.
You spend enough time out there, you learn what belongs and what doesn't. That didn't belong. I've seen bears stand up. This wasn't that. It was watching me. Then it just stepped back into the forest, like it disappeared.
Well, if anyone knows the woods, it's that guy.
Yeah? Arthur would like this one. This one's from a Border Patrol agent.
Well, I wonder if Arthur's heard this one.
We hit it with the headlights. At first I thought, that's a big guy. Then I realized, no man is that big. It crossed the road in a few steps, gone into the brush. We both saw it. We both wrote it up. But there's no box on the report for that.
Even they file a report?
Yeah, and had nowhere to put it. Oh. All right, one more file.
Where's this one from?
Arizona.
You're kidding.
No. Nope. The Mogollon Rim.
Okay. Now it just got personal.
Some mysteries are closer than we think.
Yeah. In our own backyard.
We were up on the rim, just outside of Payson, camping like we'd done 100 times before. Everything was normal, until it wasn't. The forest just went quiet. No wind, no insects, nothing. Then we smelled it. I don't know how else to describe it. Like something dead, mixed with wet animal. It hit you all at once. And then we heard it. I've never heard anything like that in my life. It sounded like a woman screaming, but it wasn't. It came from the trees. We didn't see it. Not clearly, but something was moving out there. Big, heavy. You could hear it walking. Slow, deliberate. We didn't stay. Packed everything up. Left right then. Didn't even put the fire out.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've been there.
More than once.
Yeah. Same woods, same kind of camping trip.
I know, and the part that gets me, I mean, all these stories. Doesn't matter, you know. We got Russia and China and Alaska and now even our own backyard.
Yeah, well, that sure changes things. You ever experienced anything weird up there?
Nothing I could explain.
Well, all right. That one's going to stick with me for a while.
Yeah, especially knowing some of those stories are coming from places we've actually been.
Right.
Curious, isn't it? That even here in your own backyard, the story remains the same. Different forest, different witnesses, different time, and yet the description does not change. A towering figure, a terrible odor, strange vocalizations in the night. Perhaps the Mogollon monster is simply Arizona's version of Bigfoot, or perhaps Bigfoot is simply the name we've given to something that has always been here.
All right, folks, now it's your turn.
What do you think?
Is Bigfoot just a legend?
Or a misidentified animal?
Or something that's been out there the whole time? Just staying one step ahead of us.
And more importantly, have you ever experienced something you couldn't explain?
Because if you have, we want to hear it. Drop your stories and your ideas down in the comments.
Because your end might be the next one that makes it into the Secret Book of Mans.
And if you enjoyed this episode, do us a huge favor.
Hit that thumbs up.
And subscribe if you haven't already.
And share with someone who loves a good mystery.
Beer breaks the ice.
And the and breaks your brain.
What's your and?
Cheers.
Across the world, the stories echo from the frozen peaks of the Himalayas to the forests of Russia, to the dense jungles of China, and the remote wilderness of North America. Different cultures, different names, and yet the same description. A towering figure, moving silently through the trees, watching, waiting. For centuries, these accounts have been dismissed, explained away, filed under folklore, myth, and imagination. But tonight, you heard the voices. Not legends, not campfire tales, witnesses, hunters, who know every sound in the forest. Lawmen, trained to observe what others might miss. Families, who had no reason to lie. And still, their stories remain. Perhaps Bigfoot is nothing more than a collection of misunderstandings. A trick of shadow and sound. A puzzle built from fear and the unknown. Or perhaps something else is true. Because after traveling the world, after hearing the stories, after examining the evidence, one fact becomes impossible to ignore. It's not just happening out there. It's happening here, in the mountains of Arizona, along the Mogollon Rim, in forests you may have walked, in places you may have camped, in places that may have been watching you the entire time, because the greatest mystery was never whether Bigfoot exists. The greatest mystery is this: if something has been seen across continents, across generations, across time itself, then perhaps it was never hiding from us. Perhaps it has simply been waiting for us to notice.
What's your end? Tell us true. All the things